Sooner fans, you really need to go check out our podcast partners. First off, teambarfinder.com. Download their app on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Find out where you can watch your Sooners locally at your local pub. Also, go check out tailgateconnect.com for the best tailgates across the country. And go learn football from Jason Young, JY, and the Trench Warfare Report. www.trenchwarfarereport.com. Let's get this going. Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner Football Fans podcast. You got Terry and Rob here. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
And we are coming at you from the beautiful Podcast Palace in Norman, Oklahoma.
Where we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left. Eligibility. Why do I have such a hard... Because...
Every other time you're having trouble with that.
Just let everybody know Caleb is on the sidelines tonight or today. It's hard for Caleb to get to us during the weeknights because, all them stores in western Oklahoma want their ices.
Well, yeah.
So he's out delivering ices. And so you got me and Rob here. And we got a good podcast, I think, coming for you. We're going to talk a little bit of Sooner baseball. Some quarterbacks, the draft, or the combine and the draft, and anything else that we can come up. We put a little poll out there on Twitter and Facebook and see if anybody had any questions. I should have put it out earlier in the day because I know people are eating dinner now and watching their TV, or they're at the baseball game and the softball game tonight, both playing at home. Bet you
if they're out there, they're freezing.
Yeah. I bet you the university's electric bill is high. How much you want to bet?
I'll bet it is.
To run those lights?
It's probably nothing near compared to the stadium, though.
Oh, man. I bet. And for what, 5 or 6 games a year for football? But one thing, in our little intro, we ask everybody, and we want you to continue to support our partners out there. Tailgate Connect, Dan Donnelly, www.tailgateconnect.com. And also Team Barfinder, Dave Lamb. Download their app, like we said, at on the iTunes store, or Apple Store, or on Google Play at teambarfinder.com. And go check out and join the Trench Warfare Report. Jason Young, JY, as his close friends, like Rob and I call him. Check out his website, join it for some really cool breakdown of offensive line. And right now, JY is doing some classic OU football games. So it's pretty cool.
That's got to be fun.
It's the trenchwarfarereport.com. However, I have an issue with JY. I forgot to text him today. Do you know what I found out today, Rob?
That hair doesn't grow back on the top of your head.
Well, that's true. I knew that. I figured that out a long time ago. Did you know there is an Evel Knievel museum?
You know what? I've seen you talking about that on Twitter today.
Yeah, on Facebook.
Whatever.
Yes. It's in Topeka, Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a day trip.
I'm down.
I mean, I looked at it.
Lori's not driving, though.
No, Lori's not driving. They have interactive, game deals that you can, act like you're jumping the buses. And JY is up in that area, not close, but I mean, he would know that there's an Evel Knievel museum.
You would think he would know that.
Would you go to the Evel Knievel museum?
Yeah.
Do you remember the good old days?
I wanted the toy, but
you didn't get the toy?
No, we lived out on a farm, so Dad was like, "Here's a saddle." I'm like, "Oh, yay!" No,
I was like that with some toys.
I got footballs, baseballs, or basketballs. Really?
Yeah. Did you ever create your own toy? That's a good topic.
Well,
we're not gonna. Don't go there, Rob.
Oh my gosh. I mean, so we got like Bowie knife, and then you went out and created stuff, out in the
played chicken, and stretch.
we lived way out. So
yeah, so
We'd go down the river and just find something, start whittling up into,
spears
some
and
kind of a death tool that I would throw at my brother.
Do you know one of the I think it was fun and it was enjoyable. When I think back at it, I was like, man, we were like dirt poor when I was little.
Yeah.
You can still buy them now. Remember the little men with the parachutes?
Yep.
Yep. You can buy, the little green men with parachutes. We made our own. We would cut up sheets and fishing line and tie them to rocks.
Yeah, that's not an accident waiting to happen.
And we would stand, we lived out in the country too. We would stand out in the side yard and throw rocks in the air that had parachutes on them and for hours on end.
Easy entertainment there.
Yeah. You'd figure out you had too big of a rock on or your parachute wasn't big enough. It was a skill game to some effect.
Yeah. Sounds like fun, except for all the broken glass and
no, we never
bonks
broke any
on the
glass.
head.
We no, not that I'm aware of.
Really?
That we had bonks on the head. I used to also stand outside because again we lived out in the country, and I would have an old bat or I'd just get a stick, a square stick out of the wood pile, and stand and toss rocks up.
Dude, I did
and
that
hit
for
'em.
hours. Hours, literally.
Knocking them across the street. We had the old country road.
Yep.
The two big oak trees out in the middle of the field across from us. That was the fence.
If
to
you
hit
get
a
past
home run.
there, it was a home run.
It was a home run.
And you hit a home run almost every time.
Yeah.
And did you do the, bases loaded,
Yeah.
bottom of the ninth?
And you'd stand there and swing
Down
the bat
by
like you
3.
were loading up, like you were at
Oh,
bat,
yeah.
and then you'd toss the rock up. And you'd hit, rocks make crazy noises though when you ever hit those ones where you hit it odd and
Oh, yeah.
but yeah, you did that too. You stood out.
Fence slat or just
anything
branch.
anything that you could hit.
Shoot.
Yeah, I stood out in my front yard in the summer for hours
Sure.
hitting rocks with a stick.
Well, I did that right up until my parents bought me a motorcycle when I was young.
Ah,
Like I had my first motorcycle when I was 8,
mm-hmm.
I think 8 years old. So after that, I was jumping tractors and
My parents pretty much figured we didn't need a motorcycle because we were dangerous enough.
yeah. Well, we almost died several times.
Yeah.
More than I can.
Yeah,
More than I can count, probably.
my dad had a theory. The only thing to going fast on two wheels to do is kill you. That's what he always said.
Well, he's not wrong.
Yeah, he had sayings like that. And he never liked Jeeps. He liked Jeeps, but he never liked 4-wheel drive vehicles. Do you know why he didn't like? Do you know what his saying was for
If
4-wheel?
you got to have 4-wheel, you're going the wrong
No,
place.
all
so.
4-wheel drive is good for is get you twice as stuck and twice as bad a place.
Okay. That is wisdom from Father Terry Long.
Yep, that's how my dad imposed his wisdom upon us. How did we get on this topic anyway?
I don't
know. But we forgot on the last podcast, so we're gonna have to do 2 of them. We'll do one right now. Sports we don't watch. Okay. Now remember, we're doing college sports first, and of course the first one was soccer, men's and women's.
Well, now out of them, if you had to watch one, would it be men's or women's?
We already talked about that, Rob.
Oh, we did?
I'm not watching either one.
Okay.
Unless it's naked women's soccer.
Oh, righty then.
Let's see. Do you want me to run through the college sports again for you?
Only if you want to put me to sleep.
What's a I'll tell you one that we don't watch. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Okay.
Fencing.
Yes. Wouldn't watch. You know what? I would watch it if somebody could actually get hurt.
If somebody died.
Or if they were using broadswords. I might watch that. But,
If fencing was to the death, maybe.
Or at least you got to carve your name into their side. Or, put the Zorro Z on them.
They dress like they're going to collect bees, for one. They have all the wire mesh mask on, and, they poke each other with a stick.
And what's the deal with them putting the one hand up like they're, like a woman that's mad, just puts her hand up there on her hip, like, you're in trouble if mom did that.
Yeah.
So the dude's like standing there with his hand on his hip. I'm like, man, that doesn't look. You kind of look like a sissy.
And then when you get stuck with the sword, a buzzer goes up.
Yeah, but I want somebody to get mad and just start whooping the other one with just just beat him down.
Yeah, I wonder what would happen if in a professional fencing match all of a sudden one guy just went back crap crazy
and just started
swinging.
smoking him. Yeah.
Just swinging it like he was in a bat of
police
bees.
baton. He's just whooping on him. Yeah, that'd be. Well, we might watch that. Right?
Yeah, we might watch that. But there is men's and women's fencing in.
Do we have a
college?
fencing team?
I don't know. That's what I was fixing to ask you if we
Ask
have.
Siri.
Ask.
Hey Siri, does Oklahoma have a fencing team?
Let's see here.
Okay, I found this on
Listen, Siri, I want you to just tell me. I don't want to look stuff up.
Siri won't answer you.
Well, she brought a bunch of stuff up. Looks like we have some in Oklahoma, but probably
But
not at the university.
Let's see here. I am at Soonersports.com. Fencing begins with an F. No, we do not.
Okay.
The only sport we have with an F is football. Oklahoma,
As it should be.
yeah, Oklahoma men's teams are baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, gymnastics, tennis, track and field, and wrestling.
You know what they should have? Foosball.
Foosball. Well, women's teams are basketball, cross country, golf, gymnastics, rowing, soccer, softball, tennis, track and field, and volleyball.
Listen, I got a funny rowing story that we're going to have to get to that.
Okay. So just so everybody knows, Rob and I do not watch fencing. It has come on during the Olympics, and I have changed the channel.
Yeah.
It's one of those deals you'll watch it for a second and then go, yeah, why?
No.
Yeah. Again, if they, did something different, made it more.
If there's blood involved.
Yeah. I mean, I think actually the fencing deals, they have a rubber tip, a ball on the end. So
there's absolutely no.
So you don't accidentally.
Well, I mean, if I was doing it, that's what I would want, but I'm not doing it. I'm watching it, so no blood, no viewers.
Yeah. But let's jump into. Do you want to talk baseball first? Let's do it. Let's give baseball its props this week, real
absolutely.
quick. They went down to Houston and played in the Shriners Hospital for Children's College Classic,
Which is pretty much SEC against Big 12, right?
Yeah. And they played Arkansas, Missouri, and LSU and went 2-1.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, Missouri won in the 10th inning.
And how did Missouri, here's what really takes me off about that game. Okay. I was having a great Saturday. I was doing my yard work, had my phone, listening to Sooner baseball. Mm-hmm. Okay. And was out in the backyard, had it hooked up to the Bluetooth, had my phone in my pocket, which was the wrong thing. And I went around to the garage to get something out of the garage, and I came back and I'd lost connection. Then I couldn't get it to connect back to the game.
Oh.
So, and that was in the 8th inning when Oklahoma was ahead 6-4. And I'm like, it's 8th, 6. No, they were ahead. I think it just tied. Now, they hadn't tied it, but it was they were ahead, and it was like Oklahoma's going to win the game.
Yeah.
Okay. I still fumble around, try to get it. Finished my work outside, came in the house. It's like, what was the final score? How did they lose that game?
Well, so Missouri, I mean, they got some lucky breaks, but I mean, we still had it won, and then Missouri comes bottom of the 10th inning or whatever and gets a lucky shot to win it. So,
I mean, the top of the 5th, after our bat, it was 5-0. Then it was 5-4. Then it was 7-4. And then it was 7-6, then 7-7, and then. But I mean, I wasn't mad at the team. I was mad at the fact that I didn't get to listen to it. It was like frustrating because I was into the game.
Well, they took it out on LSU.
Man, did they ever! Beat LSU
1-0.
1-0, and then through a no-no.
Ackerman,
who
is actually their third. He's the third in the rotation guy. So that's pretty impressive that your third in the rotation can throw a no-no
Yeah.
to a team like LSU, who is really
Really good. Yeah. Let's see. He pitched a no-hitter against LSU. He struck out 11 batters in the process. It was the first individual 9-inning no-hitter since Jim Huslig in 1989 against Old Dominion.
That's a while.
Yeah. And if my understanding, I was listening to Toby Rowland. Was it that? Okay, yeah. They were saying it was an earlier game, and I guess they corrected because there was an earlier no hitter before, after this 89, but it was only a 7-inning game. So it was 89, the last no hitter.
Well, the dude that's on the hill tonight through 4 innings had 9 Ks.
Yeah.
9 strikeouts. So, and he's not even one of the top 2 pitchers or top 3, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, but they beat Arkansas, who was ranked number 6, and they beat number 6 Arkansas 6-3, and number 14 LSU, and then last night they just beat Dallas Baptist, which is in the top 25, 10-3. That was a smoking. And right now they are playing Arkansas Pine Bluff. And apparently Arkansas Pine Bluff are the crazy wild-haired lions, because this is the weirdest looking lion mascot I've ever seen in my life. What's the score on that game right now, Rob?
I think it's 9-0 right now.
Whew.
Yeah, they're playing some ball now.
Yeah. And then Acker, he received the what was it? The Golden Spike Award from some baseball group, but it was the first no-hitter also. Big deal. First no-hitter in the Shriners College Classic. Only the 11th in Big 12 history and the first since 2017. I did not know this. It was the first time the LSU program has been no-hit in a 9-inning game in recorded history.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Okay, yeah. Very nice. This team could do some good things this year.
Yeah.
They're
So,
deep in pitching, and they hit really well.
yeah. I said they're playing Pine Bluff right now on Wednesday. Wednesday night. We're recording this on Wednesday night. This weekend, they got a homestand against San Diego State on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Might have to sneak out and catch some of those games, or one or two. And then we may have to go up on a Tuesday night to the Bricktown Ballpark, Rob, check out the Arkansas game. But March 20th, 21st, and 22nd is Texas.
By the way, it's 11-0 now.
11-0.
Yeah.
So, do they have run rules in?
They do.
Okay. I just want to make sure. But we are considering, I'm running it past the lovely Teresa, of maybe having a baseball tailgate before one of the Texas games. That'd be
Nice.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Throw some dogs on and out in the parking
Where
lot.
would you do that at? In the
Just out in the parking lot. Yeah, they have them out there. I've been out there. Seeing, people pull up the truck, pop up the little pop-up, and just sit back there and have a few hot dogs. But we are discussing that. But the baseball program is looking really good. They are currently, at the end of last week, they were 9-3, so they're 10-3, fixing to be 11-3.
Right.
So get out and catch you some Sooner baseball, and they have got to get those Sooner pinstripe uniforms available for fans.
Yeah, that's what they're wearing tonight. I think it looks really good.
The one, not the one that says Oklahoma, the one that says Sooners across the front.
You like that one?
I need me a Sooners pinstripe, because pinstripes make you look thinner.
I don't know about that, but
Just saying. Anyway, get out, like I said, get out and check out the Sooners. Keep track of them. Soonersports.com. They do a real good job with reporting and giving you stuff that's fun, factual information about the baseball team out there. But let's talk about the combine. I didn't watch as much of the combine as I normally do. I don't know why, but I just didn't.
I didn't watch any. So,
Kenneth Murray ran a 4.52 40,
which is very impressive.
for
For a
and
dude that big.
was probably going to run faster than that when he pulled his hammy.
Mm-hmm.
So, they say it's not a big deal. He was scooting though when he pulled up. He was moving.
Yeah.
Neville Gallimore, the most impressive 40 out of the four that we had there, 4.79.
Yeah, that's a lot of people are like 4.7 for a 300-pounder. Dude, that is getting there.
Yeah, I think it was the fastest time for DL defensive lineman this year.
Yeah.
There was an offensive lineman ran one faster, but
Really?
yeah.
He easily solidified his first round status right there.
Yeah, I was reading today. There's several of the guys out there. Oklahoma may have 3 first-round draft picks now.
Yeah, well,
Gallimore has put himself in contention. to be a
Jalen's
first
not the
round.
other one.
Nope. CD,
But he did really well.
Yeah, he did. He ran a 4.59 40, which surprised me.
I thought he was faster?
Yeah, I thought he was fast. Neville Gallimore is almost that fast.
That's true.
But it's fast. But I mean, he had a 35-inch vertical and 125. Is that feet? No, that can't be feet. 125 inch. I was like 125 feet broad jump.
Well, you know what's
35-inch vertical,
Oh, that's
125-inch broad jump.
So they already know physically he's a beast.
Yeah,
They're going to watch him throw the ball.
yeah, that's
So-
what they're looking.
Yeah, that's what they're going to look for. So if he throws the ball really well, which I don't know if that's over or not, but if he does throw the ball really well, he could move up some more
Yeah,
because everybody was saying 4th round, and now that he did so well that they're saying 3rd round. So if he throws the ball really well, he could move up into the 2nd
and
round.
they have the pro day still to come here pretty soon.
Yep.
And that'll be he'll be showing his strong points then. At the combine you got to kind of do what they tell you to do. But I saw the replays of his stuff. He threw the ball good. He threw it on on point. I think he's going to be a first 3 rounds. I mean, I don't think there's any doubt about that. Murray, 129-inch broad jump. That's ridiculous. 38-inch vertical.
The dude's a beast. He may be the first linebacker taken. I don't know.
Yeah, he might be. And CD, they're saying he may be the first receiver. It's a toss-up.
Him and Jerry Jeudy?
Yeah, Judy. Most people are. Everything I'm reading is that Lamb is the better of the two.
Oh, I would.
Most
we're biased, obviously,
yeah.
but
That he is the better of the two, but Judy may end up going before him. It's just who you want and how. And I think the important thing that we ought non-athletic stuff is the praise that Murray has been getting for his interviews. People saying it was the best interview they've ever done. As far as the football teams, the best interviews they've ever had.
Wow.
Very articulate. Knows what he wants to do, how he wants to do it. I mean, it's a big deal for him. I knew his dad's a preacher. I guess his family, they raised, they adopted 3 special needs children that he's helped, that he didn't help raise, but he was the big brother to them.
right.
And just the life that he's led. We had heard about it, but he talked about it a little bit more when he came upon the car wreck in Oklahoma City and, helped me. He pulled a woman out, I guess, of the car and performed CPR, got her back. When the ambulance got there and they started working, he left because he didn't want the recognition for it, but apparently somebody there recognized him and said, Kenneth Murray, but he didn't want any recognition for it. But no, but this is a weird draft to me. Is it? I guess it's because Oklahoma doesn't have as many people in the draft. You know,
it seems like a little less, doesn't it?
the last couple of years, there's been, we had 4 offensive linemen last year, plus Kyler and Hollywood. I mean, golly, that was a loaded class, wasn't it?
It was.
Notice that we didn't have a defense guy on there.
I think I heard Chris Plank say that Dallas was really wanting CD, but they're way down. They're like 28th pick or something, so they're not going to – he's not going to last that long, I don't think.
No, he won't.
Unless they do some hard trading to get there.
And I don't think your owner is into doing that for anybody any good. He always does that for
chumps. Yep.
But it's going to be. It's not as hyped a draft here in Oklahoma, I guess. There's not as much talk about it. So there's not a whole lot going. The last 2 years, it's been a lot of football talk still going on. There's just not a whole lot. Everybody's talking about the possible, the quarterback controversy. There's no controversy.
No.
So that's not even, and this is the first year in the last 3 or 4 years that, we have expectations for a quarterback, but we really don't know what we got. You know what I mean?
We think we know what we got. We hope we do anyway. If everything that he did in high school transfers over into his collegiate career, he's got an opportunity to be really special, Terry.
Yeah.
I think everybody agrees with that.
Yeah, but look, last year we knew Hurts was going to be good. We didn't know exactly what he would do, but he knew he was going to be good, and he was good.
Yeah.
Kyler, we all knew that he was going to be great, and
I wasn't convinced, and it's shame on me because he was, he's 5'9", and I was like,
maybe
how do you see over a
6'5",
6'6" offensive
we
lineman?
figured he would be good. You know what I mean? Not great.
Well, honestly, I figured he would be good at managing the game and running the football.
Yeah.
And throwing maybe, the short stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. Kyler Murray was an all-perennial pro at the University of Oklahoma. That's how good he was.
Yeah. So, but this is the first, when Baker, the 2 years, everybody knew Baker was coming. There was nothing you could say about, there was no controversy there.
Well, I didn't think Baker was going to be any good either. I mean, he's at Texas Tech, which, they're not quarterback U or anything. I mean, I guess they kind of are now.
Yeah.
But, and, they turned out some pretty good quarterbacks that didn't really translate that well in the pros. But, he's 6'0", coming from Tech, where he lost his job, to a guy that we didn't think was all that good at that time.
Yeah.
And then, because, did you?
No.
When Baker came in?
Well, you and I talked, before we had a podcast, but one of the things I used to always say was, we're hanging our hopes on a walk-on quarterback,
walk-on transfer, right?
Why
no one recruited?
Yeah. Why is it even a controversy between him and what was the quarterback's name? Won the Sugar Bowl? Just went blank.
Number 9. How about that?
We're old guys, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was like, why is this even a conversation? We're talking about a walk-on quarterback.
I know.
And then
I didn't think he was going to be that good, and he turned out to be fantastic.
Yeah. Like I said, we put out they'll put it on Facebook and Twitter. Thought we'd give people the opportunity. Sorry I didn't put it out earlier. We weren't 100% sure we were going to record tonight, but said if you got anything you want us to ask us, we can talk about it. Post it below. Football, baseball, food, music, movies, life, women. Rob will address the women questions. And we have one here that I want to jump on real quick, Rob.
Okay.
From Charles McIntyre on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Opinion. If Aikman doesn't go down in 85 versus Miami, do we win?
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt. Now,
he was that good.
Charles, you may apparently you may be a new listener or whatever. If you go back and find our podcast where we had Paul Miliazzo, linebacker on that team, and they talk about what this Oklahoma team would have been had Troy
Had he
Aikman
stayed.
had he not gotten hurt and stayed.
Yes.
Nobody questions what Barry did. Okay, none of the players do. It was like, hey, he got hurt. We had this quarterback come in and win a national title. What else are you going to do? You can't, but they believe, those players believe they would have won 2 or 3 national titles.
Back to back.
They believe they were that good, and I agree with them. They were.
I mean, we were fantastic. I mean,
Miami's defense was the first defense built to stop the option.
Mm-hmm.
Credit Jimmy Johnson. That's the only thing I'll give him credit for. I don't like the guy.
Yeah.
But he built a team, and because it wasn't just Oklahoma running the option. We ran the wishbone. Everybody ran some type of option. An I-bone, veer, all that stuff. There was option in it, and he figured out I'm going to put speed on the corners and just not let you get outside. And that killed the option game in college football. Yeah. And that's what that team was built for, and it wasn't built to stop a Troy Aikman team.
Right.
And
we would have lit them up.
We were getting ready to light them up. And that was one of the worst. That was a Joe Theismann break. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tough to watch.
Because they showed it over and over. And then in Sports Illustrated, back in the day, you used to open up and they'd have the pictures of the day, and they'd be 2-page pictures, like a poster size. That picture of his leg broken and stuck on,
LT.
Yeah, where
Lawrence Taylor.
Part of it is flat on the ground, and then the other part is up. It's like,
yeah.
But Charles, we are 100%, and I am not going to argue with a Sooner who played during that period of time.
Oh no, he was adamant.
Yeah, he was adamant.
He wasn't like, we think we would have been.
Yeah,
he said if we would have,
we would have won that national title, and the one after, and possibly the next one. And I think he's right. Well, of course he's right, but I mean, that team stayed together for 3 years.
Yeah.
But 85, 86,
that
and
offense
87.
would have had to have transformed somewhat.
Yeah.
Because, we were an option football team.
Yeah.
And
but Troy could run the option.
He could.
We've already thrown out the love for Dan Acker throwing the first no-hitter since 99. And, we learned something today. It was the first no-hitter in recorded history versus LSU. So let's get to some of the responses on Twitter. Demo wants us to talk about his life.
All right.
So I've never seen Demo sober at an OU football game.
You sure that's the part you wanted you to talk about? I don't know.
Well, I mean, he said it on the podcast before.
Okay.
So, I mean, let's see. He's a Bulldog owner. So anything else about Demo we want to talk about?
Well, I really don't know everything else that's going on. I know I like him and he's a good kid.
Yeah. So there you go. Demo, we talked about a little bit about your life.
Yep.
So we'll have you on again soon, and you can fill everybody in on your life. I know he is a NASCAR guy. He's been smoking stuff for the NASCAR races on Sunday afternoons.
He's been what?
Smoking meats.
I'm like, hold on. I'm not sure he wants that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also on Twitter, EJ Hutton, it's OU Fan for Life is his Twitter handle, asks a question. Are the Iron Maidens worthy of playing halftime at the spring game? Absolutely 100% yes.
Oh.
I will even let them stay at my house if that happens.
I'm not sure that's a good idea. But, I mean, you do you, bro.
We can get to see Wanda again.
Uh-huh.
I like Wanda. You know that, don't you?
I got that feeling.
But for those of you who don't, I'm an Iron Maiden fan, and the Iron Maidens are the female tribute band to Iron Maidens, and they can flat out wail and rock. But yes, and of course Tara replies to that comment, was Trey Atkins? Question mark. No, he was not.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure. I mean, I know that the Iron Maidens are worthy, but I'm not sure that the university would allow, songs like The Number of the Beast, 2 Minutes to Midnight,
Might not.
The Flight of Icarus. Bring Your Daughter to the Slaughter. Don't think they would be cool with those songs being played at the spring game. What do you think?
Yeah, probably not.
I wonder if they're going to have. Do you think they're going to have halftime entertainment again? Or speaking of the spring game, it is what, Rob? What is the date again?
18th.
The 18th at 2:00.
Oh, they did say?
Yes, they put out the time. It is at 2:00.
I'm surprised.
Well, let me double check that. I don't want to be false reporting stuff.
Because, I mean, everything that came out about last year was it was going to be.
Oh, the night was awesome last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fun. Dun, 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 where is the spring game? I know what the 2020 schedule is. Go down here to their Twitter feed. I think it, but I'm pretty sure I saw it. It's 2:00. I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I'm not going to bore everybody with looking. Looking here. I'll keep go to the archives.
And that's something you put on mashed taters?
No, baked taters, Rob. Archives.
Okay.
Why isn't that just when you click it, it just of course it comes and tells you it's time to renew your season tickets, which I got a story I got to tell you after this. I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
So April 18th, right? Or March? Is it April or March?
April.
Yeah, it's the week after the Masters.
Yeah, the 18th, April 18th at 2:00.
I need to come down with a cold the week before the Masters so I can stay at home and stay glued to my television set.
But anyway, it was asked, Nathan McCullum asked that if we're going to be tailgating at the spring game, we will be doing something. I'm not sure it's a tailgate. We're probably going to do something. We're still working on it with Louis. We're probably going to do stuff before and after at Louis for the spring game, Nathan. And simply, the tailgating deal, it's the weather's iffy, blah, 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 blah. All that.
Always iffy.
The spring game. So the only thing about doing it in Louis is where they give us is in Louis 2, which is the back, and we get the back part of the bar. It isn't quote friendly. Can't bring
smoky.
kids in, and
Smoky.
but yeah, and it's smoky, but you can't bring kids back there. They still serve food and everything back there. It's a big area. Everybody has fun every time we've been there. It's been great.
Yeah.
With folks, but we will be doing something, and we will let everybody know in plenty of time before that, before all that comes out. Let's see if there's any other one. Poncho Lefty on Facebook wants to know he's got a basketball question, which you're asking the wrong guys about basketball.
Well, that's for sure.
He wants to know if Lon Kruger is the coach to take us to the next level. He feels like we are stagnant and just settle. I don't like to badmouth any of the sports at Oklahoma or the coaches or anything. Oklahoma is not a basketball school, and
never have been.
And when we're really good, people show up. But this is a new era in Oklahoma with basketball. The Thunder have killed Oklahoma and Oklahoma State basketball.
Killed it. Nobody comes.
Yeah, I mean you got a choice tonight. Were the Thunder at home tonight? No, they weren't at home tonight.
No, it's OKC Blue.
But they were home last night, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got Oklahoma and Texas, or
Thunder,
and I can't remember who they played. They lost because whoever Paul George is playing for now.
Clippers.
Was it the Clippers?
Right, when the Clippers?
Yeah. No, they lost to the Clippers. But I mean, you got your choice of which one to go see. I mean, it's.
So I was at Chesapeake all day yesterday, and I got called back to OU Texas because I thought it was going to be big, and literally, dude, there was no one there.
Yeah, I mean, and I heard on the radio, T-Row this morning on his show, the guy I can't just went blank on the guy that does the show with him when he said there was probably X amount of people. He was like, no,
No.
there wasn't that
In
many.
fact, I'm gonna tell you, Oklahoma women's gymnastics has bigger attendance than OU men's basketball.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, it's just, it is what it is. And, there's no excitement with the basketball team, unless we're really good. And, I mean, how many sold out games have there been in the last 10 years since the Thunder have been here? Not that many.
Well, even when we had, Buddy Buckets,
Yeah.
the attendance was better. And then we got Trey Young, and we thought, attendance is going to – and actually attendance kind of fell with Trey Young. So that's kind of circling back to Lon's, the whole question about Lon is, he got what was his last name? Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
Who was one of the best shooters in the nation.
Yeah.
You got Trey Young, who's one of the best shooters in the nation. So, I mean, you're not going to get the same players that go to Kentucky and
Right.
Kansas and here, but I think he's doing a pretty good job with what he is
think,
getting. So.
Yeah, I think, I mean, expectations for Oklahoma basketball, I think, should be to get in the tournament every year. How far? Who knows? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just get there. And again, I'm not a basketball fan. Rob's not really. I mean, we used to watch the Thunder. Poncho, we're not dog. It's just not one of the sports that I won't watch NBA. About the only time I watch college basketball is the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
I might catch an OU game on TV, but I haven't seen an OU basketball game on TV in I don't know how long. Really sit down and watched one, and I haven't been to a game in years.
Yeah.
So, and if you gave me my rathers, if you said, hey, Terry, I got courtside seats to the Oklahoma Sooners game, or I got 25th row seats to the Thunder game, I would probably go to the Thunder
You
game.
go Thunder game.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just it's a better brand of
have you ever
basketball.
been to Oklahoma women's gymnastics?
No, and I'm jealous.
Dude, those
I need to
girls
go.
are impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be like, oh, my God, how can she do that?
Yeah. Oh, I've watched it on TV, and then I say that, oh, my God.
Okay.
But,
they're amazing.
and the interesting thing is what I heard is that it goes by really fast. It's like real fast. There's no
does.
dilly-dallying around. They go from event to event to event to event and get off the floor.
It depends on how many teams are there.
Yeah.
Like when it's just us and like say Georgia, it goes really quick because those girls, they all know what they're doing. So Oklahoma's doing like vault when Georgia's doing floor.
Yeah.
And so it's going on simultaneously, and then everybody's done and they switch.
Yeah.
And then same everybody goes, they switch. So it goes by really quick, but it's amazing what some of them girls can do. Especially, I mean, no one can touch us. You know that,
Yeah.
right? We're number one, and nobody's even been close.
Yeah.
And Swaggy Maggie,
Yeah, I know we beat people by, it's like 97.82 to 97, getting beat by 60 points. I don't know scoring in gymnastics.
yeah, we're just throttling people because, it used to be unheard of for people to get, perfect tens. I don't know what the number is,
Yeah.
but I'll guarantee you we've had a dozen of them.
Yeah.
So probably maybe more than that. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they're good. There's just no doubt about that.
Yeah. Did you see the picture I put up on Facebook for the
No.
question?
No.
No. Well, it's a picture of you and I that Mike from my buddy Mike from Fever Tree took, and it's from behind, and we have our hats off.
Oh,
Yeah, and Dave Shimura just put on, a lot of bald head people there, and I got to looking, and there is a whole lot of them around.
well, I got to find this now. That's hilarious. Oh, I see it. There it is. Yep.
Yeah, so I've just noticed ours, and you look, well, there's one, there's another, there's another.
Pretty much every dude in in the picture. Yep.
And you don't realize you're that bald until you see a picture of yourself from behind, do you, Rob?
Nope. I don't care, but
I don't either. I'm just like, holy crap. So, isn't that interesting? Bald spots. But no, anyway, back on, Poncho. I mean, it's just, I don't think Lon Kruger's job's in jeopardy. I think he's winning enough games. He's doing what the university wants. There's been stuff out on Twitter, about, and I don't agree that it's a reason, but, the Lloyd Noble Center is outdated. They need to, update it and so on and so forth. I don't, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't think that's a reason not to go. I just think the reason people aren't going is there's just not any interest in it. And the interest is in the Thunder more than it is Oklahoma basketball. But
yeah, there's probably more attendance at the girls softball games.
Yeah, I mean, if it bothers me in any sport, I want to talk XFL. Now we've already talked about that a little bit with the XFL, but I think I think the Lloyd Noble Center is too big now for the Sooners. I think what it holds 13,000 or drop it because Oklahoma State, built the new Gallagher around the little Gallagher when really now the little Gallagher is all they needed. You know what I mean? They're not filling it up either.
Well, there is talk about building a venue closer to the city, like somewhere out on I-35.
Yeah, out there and where the Target district out there. Yeah.
So. Yeah,
they're talking about it's a place, kind of a place like next to the stadiums down there, Texas Live. Similar to a Texas Live. It's going to have an arena there, restaurants, bars, and that stuff. If it gets, because the university had said they would be willing to, play there, make it their home venues. That would be interesting. But back on, Pancho, your question is, I don't know that it's stagnant. I think it's just as good as what Oklahoma is expecting, their basketball team to be. So, I couldn't tell you, I know they lost to Texas last night. I couldn't tell you how. I didn't watch the games, not because I'm not a Sooner fan, it's because I'm not a basketball fan.
Right.
So,
I mean, I still kind of keep track of it just because it's Oklahoma.
Sooners. I won't turn it off if they're talking about it on sports radio, but it's just not something that I really,
I'd watch it over soccer.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you had, if you said you had 2 floor seats to Oklahoma basketball, or you would pay me $10,000 to go watch a soccer game, I would go to the OU basketball game.
Oh yeah.
You couldn't pay me to go watch a soccer game.
You know what the best thing about today is?
What is the best thing about today?
No Bloomberg commercials.
Is there a reason for that?
Yeah, he dropped out of the race.
Oh, did he? I did not know that.
Yeah, he spent $1 billion and decided to go ahead and just drop it on out.
Oh, I wish I had that kind of money to
just throw around for whatever. But you couldn't flip on any
channel without
seeing him or hearing him. Yeah. So I'm just like, oh.
Let's get on to a little bit of politics.
Oh boy.
It's not really politics.
Okay.
But it kind of is. What are your thoughts about the NCAA has been in discussions with the CDC about if the coronavirus continues to grow, and spread, which it's going to across the United States, that they would cancel at March Madness. The teams would play in a empty gym.
So from what I'm really hearing about it, is it's basically the flu.
Yes, that's what it is.
They're blowing it completely and 100% out of proportion. It's not really that deadly. It's not really that easy to catch.
Well, see, here's what ticks me off. I'm glad you said that because we are going to talk politics.
Oh, boy.
And stuff. And
that very long?
Yeah, here is the deal, is people were saying the flu has killed more people in the United States than the coronavirus has killed worldwide, which is a true statement, okay? But now, this morning, the media kept pointing out that the mortality rate is much higher. There's more people percentage-wise die of the coronavirus, which is true, but the coronavirus has only been around since December, okay? Most of the people that first got it died because they didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Now they know what it is and everything else. here's what ticks me off about it, Rob.
Here it comes.
Here it comes. 91,000 cases worldwide so far. Okay, well, that's what they're reporting, right? That's what you're
I
hearing.
don't have any clue. Yeah, I don't know.
Rob.
I'll just have to take your word for it. I believe
Well,
you.
they're saying 91,000 cases worldwide. I work in healthcare, so we get bulletins about it and everything else. And I just go on the CDC website the other day. My company is sending us stuff regularly, but I just go on the CDC website. There's 91,000 cases, 3,000 some odd deaths. These aren't actual figures, guys. These are just rounding them. Okay,
Ballparking it.
3,000 deaths. Okay, but that's all you hear. Do you know how many active cases there are
No.
of the coronavirus right now?
No.
48,000.
40,000.
So do you know what that means?
No.
30,000 people have been cured and survived it.
Oh.
You see how that there's
Wow.
it was 90,000. There's been 3,000 deaths right now worldwide. There's like 48,000 active cases.
Yeah. Another week we won't hear nothing about coronavirus.
I mean it is, and the highest mortality rate is in, folks are 50 plus. You're not at 50, yes, but really it's in the older age.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to have any bad effects on children or young adults. But yet, every time you turn on the dang TV, it is, the coronavirus
I know.
outbreak.
But I don't understand the political angle for that. I mean,
don't either.
what is it? What is it? Are they? I mean, are Republicans blaming Democrats, and are Democrats, are they blaming Trump? Or, I mean, Trump, this is your fault. Damn it.
But I mean, there is serious talk, because it is. I mean, it's a virus. It's a flu bug. It's going to spread across. I mean, it's now, people in nursing home got it. They don't know how, it's going to spread, but there is serious discussions that, it's a pandemic that they may cancel. But again, it's no worse than, it's just a different strain of the flu. I mean, and they knew what,
Basically, yeah.
it's not new. They knew what it is.
But why are they blowing it out of proportion so much? I mean, that's what I don't understand. I don't understand what there is to gain for any particular political party through this thing.
Right. And coronavirus has been around forever. It just never has jumped to humans. Okay? It's they knew what it was. It was like, whoop, it crossed into the humans. Okay. What do you do with the flu? What does your doctor tell you to do?
Go home and sleep.
Yep. Bingo. That's what it
Take
is.
some Tamiflu or whatever.
And all that stuff
Take
does
the
is
whiskey.
just treats the symptoms. That's all it does. If it gets worse, go to the ER. You don't want it, where people end up getting sick with the flu and stuff like this is they don't get the rest. They don't do what their doctor tells, and it turns into pneumonia. People don't die of the flu. They die of complications from the flu. People don't die of the coronavirus. They die of complications from the coronavirus.
So speaking of politics, did you go vote?
No.
Oh,
Did you?
no. Normally, I don't miss an opportunity to vote, but Lord, I was at Chesapeake all day, and then
Yeah, let's talk about that. We normally, guys, at this time are dropping 2 podcasts a week, and we try to stick to that on a regular schedule, but it's all Rob's fault.
it is.
Rob has to have a job.
Like I got to eat or something.
But it's, we've talked about on another podcast, you're covering the Chesapeake, every event at the Chesapeake. Wasn't it last weekend? Wasn't it Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday? There was different events there.
Yeah. Yeah, we had several back-to-back things going on, and then we got...
And this is plus what you're doing at OU.
Oh, yeah, yeah. This is in addition to. This is not like, hey, can you go do this for a while? No, you got to do all your stuff at OU, and then,
And go do it all up here at Chesapeake.
Yeah.
So feel sorry for him.
Please. Although there are some perks, because like when the concerts
Yeah.
are happening, my office is just right around the back side of the stage. So literally about 30 steps, and I can be standing right behind the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've made friends with the girl that guards that little curtain there in the back.
Is she cute?
Yeah. She's okay.
You got some
Be
digits?
like, what's up, girl?
What's your name is?
So I can walk around there, and I go up to the curtain, and she's like, the first time she was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm just looking." She's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And so I sat there and talked to her for a little while, and she's like, "Would you like to go up beside the stage?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." And so I walked with her right up, and we were standing right next to the stage during whatever that first concert was.
Don't ask me.
It was I don't know, but then Jason Aldean was the second one. I was standing right there, and then there was Winter Jam right after that. Lauren Daigle's coming either Friday or Saturday, I think, and I really like her. She's she's really good, so I'm sure I'll stand out there for a song, and just chill.
Chill.
Like I'm next to the stage, y'all. What's up? I'm gonna take a picture and go look.
Yeah, and again, Rob sent me a picture of the Celtics warming up. It was just a picture of the floor. And it's a picture of the Thunder floor that said Celtics right here warming up. And I'm like, where are the Celtics?
Yeah, but I was on the floor. I'm just saying they were there too. You couldn't see them.
Not even a picture of their
creeper.
Not even a picture of their feet. Nothing. It was just I'm supposed to take Rob's word for it. These guys are out on the floor. But again, baseball's got some stuff going on this weekend. Got some games, homestand. I'm probably gonna go catch those. I'm sure you will too.
Yep.
What else is going on, Rob? You got anything that you wanna?
I ain't got time for nothing else.
You got. Hopefully
Anybody got time for that?
Hopefully it'll level out. We'll get some. We're lining up some media type guests, and we'll be getting the fans back on here real soon. Just bear with us until Rob can get his job sorted out to where we have he can fit us into his schedule.
Listen, I'm always taking applications for a sugar mama, so I'm just saying, go ahead and submit that resume on over.
DM him.
And I will put in my 2 weeks notice.
Yeah. Rob will be, what would that be called?
I need a sign-on bonus, though.
You need.
Hey.
Yeah, you need. And a non-compete and all that other stuff.
I don't know what that is, but
a non-compete.
Oh, I know what that is.
Yeah, non-compete contract.
Yeah.
You don't want your sugar mama having. Would that make you a sugar baby?
Whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants to call you.
So okay.
Hit him up in the DMs if you want to be his sugar mama or of.
Listen, I'm not that good at cooking and cleaning, but if you're a sugar mama, I'm gonna give it a go. All right, I will give it a go.
All right. Well, guys, that's the podcast for today. We'll see you next time. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.
Hey, hold on. Ho. Bag up, Terry. Put in reverse, Terry. Put in reverse. Oh, Lord, jeez. What you doing, Terry? Ah!